You really describe your work as sitting at the intersection of personal brand positioning, thought leadership, and commercial growth, from B2B consultants and thought leader. When did you realize that this intersection, not just branding or marketing, was the real leverage point for consultants?
So I started my practice in 2010, so I've had it for 16 years. And at the time I'd come out of corporate. I was in learning and development, people capability, looking after big company, like training, looking after training for 10,000 staff in organizations. So I always knew I wanted to go out on my own. And I started to do that. It started in the career counselling space. So as a career practitioner, when I left my corporate job from people capability, and then I just started to realise that I was, writing about what people seem to have challenges with. I was writing about looking at doing SEO and going, okay, well, people seem to have these types of questions and the things they're looking for help with. But I felt like there was some things that I was trying to say that people weren't asking about. And I was going, this is a bit weird. Like if I'm going to share and talk about some of these things, these are the real issues. This is what's really going on, but they're not really asking for that. So so that was one realization. The other realization was that I was hitting a ceiling in my practice when I was growing. So I hit I just felt like I hit a point where I couldn't charge anymore. I didn't have any more hours physically in the day. And I was going, okay, I don't know, do I build a bigger business? But what if I just want to be me? What if I don't, is that really the only option? I thought there has to be a different way. And, how can you be an expert in your space, still be able to work for yourself, but not feel like you've just bought yourself a job either, and doing it and slaving away. So I started to ask questions, and I went out and spoke to a lot of people. How do other people do this? And then someone shared with me around this whole methodology around building a thought leadership practice. And the gentleman who built that work is a gentleman called Matt Church. He's based here in Australia. He's based in Sydney. And so I met Matt. I ended up working with him for almost 10 years. So I was on faculty working with him, and he really helped me to see that. He said, the work that you really do is around personal brand. And I was doing career management work, but what happened is we had a shift where I started to have people asking me how I was getting all work with all these companies like Rio Tinto and Virgin and Lego. And so I was spending time helping my friends going, oh, well, you just need to do this and, write this book and do this. And, they were trying to work out how do you price things. So I was helping my friends out while I was trying to deliver my stuff. And after a while, I realized all my friends were consultants and thought leaders, advisors. And I was like, oh, you actually need help. Okay. So I was like, oh, okay. Do you want me to help you? So then before I knew it, so I'm really fortunate that, most of my clients, I call them my friends because I would hang out with them even if they weren't paying me. I love my clients. So I was like, actually, I can't do all of this. So I think, who do I love more? The corporate clients or my friends? And I was like, oh, it took me a while to decide. And in the end, I chose my friends. And so I still do a little bit of corporate work and speak at conferences and events, but I don't do the big programs for them anymore. I really just focus on helping people do the work, the great work that they know how to do, helping them do more of it, tap into their genius and create a lifestyle around their expertise that they love.